What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Two in the Teal podcast. I'm Ethan.
I'm Marcus. Thanks for riding with us. We're going to be here with you all season long. A lot of tears, a lot of happy times. Give us a like and subscribe.
Let's freaking go.
Yeah, whatever you need.
Oh, hello, everybody, and happy Victory Thursday. We're getting to this a little bit late. Marcus is out this week. He'll be back, don't worry. So, Joe was gracious enough to come fill in for us. I know Joe watched Monday nights. He didn't watch as closely as I did because I was 2 rows from the south end zone that evening.
Where all the action happened.
Where the only action that happened was the frickin' Travis Kelce touchdown. And, that's okay. That's okay. And,
And the punch-out fumble.
And the punch-out fumble happened right in front of my stupid face. And then Devin Lloyd caught the football right in front of me and then ran it the opposite direction from me, which is all good. I was so happy. I'll just say really quick, that is up there with... I was there in week 18 when we beat the Titans a couple years ago to win the division, and then we had that Chargers game. I wasn't at that Chargers game. My brother was there. I was at a Sunday night football game in Dallas, Cowboys-Eagles, and the Cowboys won on a last-minute touchdown, Dak to Jason Witten. So I've been really lucky to go to some pretty awesome football games. Monday night against the Chiefs it's right up there with any of them, Joe. 3 days after the album drops, so all weekend, I'm just hearing about, oh my God, I love Opalite. Oh my gosh, haha, the song Wood, it's about Travis's penis, all that. And you know what, Joe? The Jacksonville Jaguars took all of that. They took the album drop, they took the Chiefs, and they said, watch this, baby. And
They did.
They did. And, Trevor, I guess maybe he has deceptively small hands. He was 2 centimeters away from it being a touchdown as opposed to a pretty rough fumble. The interception, the wide receiver got clocked and hit to the ground, so that was a pretty bad pass interference.
That was such a bad call. That was such a bad call. It all ends up fine.
It all ended up fine. It was 14 penalties called on the Chiefs, 4 called on the Jaguars, and there should have been more called on the Chiefs, by the way. Like, they still got away with stuff. Marcus hates when I say this. If you watch a game, the penalties usually even out over the duration of a game. So it was totally a pick, by the way, on the 1-yard line for Travis's touchdown. That's why he didn't celebrate right in front of my stupid face either, because he thought it was getting called back. I didn't have to watch him do his stanky leg celebration right in front of my face. Like, Joe, you watched Monday night. What did you like, not like? I think it's fair to say.
I mean, what I liked initially was just I liked the fight from the Jags defense.
Fight,
it was like
baby.
one of my favorite things. Like they got down early. I mean, there couldn't have been a worse way, I think, for the Jags to really start out, as in giving up the touchdown that they did and having it be Travis Kelce on that day. I was like, oh shit, this is how this is going. And they just didn't give up, and they just killed it. I mean, they got bad calls, just went head down. Trenches looked great. Marcus, I'm sure, was happy about that. And yeah, I mean, they just had a lot of some dumb stuff happened, and they needed to make up for it, and they did, and it was great. I also liked that on my previous appearance here, I told everyone to take out your second mortgage on Jags money line parlayed with both quarterbacks throwing an interception. Just tossing out, by the way, that it fucking happened.
Yeah.
To everyone who's just so wealthy right now.
There are people who missed out on retirement because they didn't take your advice, Joe.
And
they could be retired right now with a couple of cash flow producing investment properties.
Yeah, exactly.
But instead, they were at work this week. And, it just goes to show you that you're always one bet away. And
you're always one bet away. That's why you can't give up.
That's why you can't give up. Now, I don't sports bet, and I've missed out on some money, but, it's okay. When we were down 14-0, Trevor fumbled. So I might have uttered to Natalie, like, same old Jaguars. We can just leave at halftime. And, thank God we did. Obviously, I was kidding. But Trevor bounced back. I came away from this game, and more than anything, I've just been getting fired up at people like Colin Cowherd, who watched that game and came away saying, "What a game by the Chiefs. Man, are those Jaguars ugly to watch. Man, are those Jaguars just bad. How good are those Chiefs?" And I was like, I'm sorry, did the Chiefs win? Did we watch a different football game? The fumble was bad. Patrick Mahomes is better than Trevor Lawrence. Nobody's arguing that. But if we're talking about like, and this is the problem with national media, is this was their first time watching the Jaguars. And despite all of them going like, no, I watch the Jaguar games, they don't. And I don't blame them. That's fine. You got the Trevor Lawrence experience. You got your fumble on the 1 yard line, threw the ball over the line of scrimmage. He on that game-winning drive, he scrambled and it took 40 seconds off the clock while they had no timeouts. You know, like he does that stuff, and that's not good, but he bounced back, man. And
my favorite thing about what Trevor Lawrence did, and you and I have talked about this for years. I totally get you want to let's keep the quarterback safe. Let's keep him in the pocket. I mean, when Trevor Lawrence tried to run last year, he went to a mode, and that was not good.
Right.
However, it is just so evident that when Trevor Lawrence uses his legs, he is such a better player, like so much better. And he used his legs smart this time. Like he didn't try to bounce through any tackles. He judged a tackle if he saw one that was coming on that looked like it was going to be like a rib shot. He kind of just braced and went down, and that was great. Like that's how to do it. Don't go for anything. Like if you see a safety flying in, just get down. Like and it seemed like he did that.
Yeah,
much better, and it just transforms that defense.
Yeah, that was part of his thing at Clemson, was that he could move around a little bit, and he just didn't. I don't know if it's injury, whatever, or is it coach telling him like, hey, if you see a lane, just grab it. Like, don't force it to whoever. Just if you see a lane, go ahead and grab it, and let's move the offense forward. And
he does.
And again, outside of that fumble, which, okay, he was 2 centimeters away from that being a touchdown instead of an embarrassing fumble, and then you get Colin Cowherd going like, Mahomes just didn't see the linebacker. I'm not going to kill him over that interception, but Trevor's interception was bad. And I go, I don't think he watched the game. And I'm a big Colin Cowherd fan, but I'm just like, I don't think he watched. Because
my favorite quotes, this is what we got a few to the listeners out there. We got a few texts from Ethan.
Oh.
I'm in a group text with me, Bobby, and Ethan. Get a few texts. And there's up and downs. And how do you know there's up and downs? It starts with quote, Trevor Lawrence might be the worst football player I've ever seen. That is quote number 1. And then precisely 2 minutes later, that was right in front of my dumb face. And that was the punch out.
Yep.
And this touchdown punch out. Forget exactly which one that was. Followed by Bobby saying, this is what happens when players prioritize family above football.
Right. Yes.
Always hilarious.
Stand by it so far.
and then there's pretty much nothing except for an hour later, there is just a Duval. And as clearly something is happening, followed by an Ethan, OMG, suck my expletive, Colin Cowherd. And that's how it went. Next morning starts with Ethan ranting of, did you guys fucking see Colin Cowherd's about the Chiefs? Are you fucking? Oh, it just makes me so happy, dude. He's so good at the hate listen.
Oh my God. He rage baited me so hard. He had the Chiefs ranked 5 in his herd hierarchy, his top 10 teams, and he had the Jaguars out of the top 10. And he's showing respect to the Colts. Daniel Jones, though, is playing a lot more clean than Trevor is playing. So I totally understand, now that I've calmed down a little bit, I totally understand just you can't trust Trevor Lawrence while he still, to this day, will do those 3 or 4, like, oh my gosh, what are you doing plays? And Daniel Jones isn't doing that. And, you watch the Chiefs and you go, if the Chiefs and Jaguars were to play tomorrow, the Chiefs would still be favored. They're favored against the Lions on Sunday Night Football, I think. Like, I take the Lions, by the way. Or maybe not. I don't know. It was a roller coaster of a game. It was, when we was 14-7 at halftime, and I go, it's 14-7, and that's with Trevor fumbling away a touchdown. That's with a 14-point swing because the Chiefs scored on that drive. Travis got his touchdown, no problem. Our special teams is rocking, man. Our 2 returners, the rookie running backs, they were just carving the Chiefs special teams up. I don't know what the Chiefs got going on special teams. They need a new coach, a new kicker. They need everything. Harrison Butker, was a borderline, I think he's like a borderline Hall of Fame kicker with all this clutch Super Bowl kicks he's had and everything. He was kicking the ball out of bounds, kicking the ball short. Guys were holding on their kickoffs, and we took advantage of it. And Trevor, I was lucky where his game-winning drive was happening coming my way, right? So the Brian Thomas catch down the sideline, people are saying that's the greatest play they've seen Trevor Lawrence make in the pros. I kind of agree. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is. Right in the bucket, sideline, clutch time, everything. Another one to Diami. He throws it to Brian in the end zone, the corner. I tend to be a ref stay out of the game when it's, last 2 minutes or whatever. Watch the replay. The corner went to go tackle Brian Thomas without looking for the football. Got it. That's pass interference. Love it. Now, Joe, when Trevor Lawrence fell over.
Yes.
So that happened in front of me.
Yeah. For lack of a better term, my butthole was very clenched.
Yes.
As that happened.
Yes. As was
it was
mine.
terrifying. It was terrifying, and it would have just been the most just AFC South way to lose a game.
Exactly.
Just
exactly.
no reason reason at all for what's happening. But he got up. But he got up.
It would have been the bow on the present, the cherry on top of the Trevor Lawrence experience. It would have been him not scoring after falling down. You know what I mean? That would have been the I didn't think we'd beat the Chiefs. I was like, as long as we show the fight, we show that we are in that class of can beat anybody, and the 4-1 isn't a fluke. It's kind of like, okay, this team's probably like a 9-win, 10-win team maybe. So he falls down again. What I was screaming, if my memory serves me well, was, people were tweeting, no, yes. No, I was screaming, you mother effer, I effing hate you. I was going right back at Trevor's throat, and then he scored, and then now I'm hugging everybody around me, and I had to be the one to also remind everybody there's 21 seconds left and 3 timeouts, and Mahomes has the football. But then they got another holding on their kick return, and it was back at the 15, and our defense played well. They didn't have Rashee Rice. Well, we didn't have Trayvon Walker. And people are talking about Rashee Rice coming back, and he's SMU guy, so I do have the soft spot for him. I love my SMU Mustangs. They're talking about him like it's prime Julio Jones coming back to the Chiefs. And I'm like, no, he's fine. He's great for their system. He's great for Mahomes. But I'm like, okay, guys, I think Trayvon Walker and Rashee Rice being out, that's my wash. I don't want to hear it. It was a great football game. It was a great game. And, it was the 6th most watched Monday Night Football game since ESPN purchased Monday Night Football back in 2006, I think.
Really?
6th most watched game
awesome.
since 2006 on Monday Night Football. The bank, the stadium, was packed. Joe, I love me some Lucas Oil Stadium. I love me some AT&T Stadium. There is nothing like an open air.
It looked electric, and there's nothing like a game where it is so close to nail bite the entire time, I should say, within the second half, that nobody has left until it is all zeros.
Oh,
and
nobody left. It was amazing. There was a full moon. Now Natalie was quick to remind me, yeah, of course you liked the open air stadium on a cool fall evening with clear skies and no rain.
Natalie, we don't need that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Gotcha. Yeah. But I tell you what, man, probably the best game I've ever been to. The atmosphere, there was one Chiefs fan in my section, perfectly lovely guy, and he was a great sport because I would turn around, compliment the Chiefs, and then the very next play, I would be calling Travis Kelce a scumbag and telling him that I hate him. So he was a good sport with me. It was just, wow, what a game. The Devin Lloyd pick 6, I was screaming, pay him whatever he wants. We didn't pick up his 5th-year option. He has 3 interceptions, a pick 6, 2 fumble recoveries, a sack, whatever it is. He's in your, I don't mind if somebody's saying he's not defense player of the year, no problem. But he's in that top 5 if season ended today. And
I mean, you can't look at that stat line and say that he's not in the top 5.
And we didn't pick up his 5th-year option. So he's a free agent after the season. You could tag him, right? You could franchise tag him. I don't know. I bet his agent's in his ear don't sign anything that they come back to us with right now. We are going to wait out this season, and we're going to see how much money we can get. Got it. He deserves it. I
He might take the Josh. I mean, he can pull the Josh Jacobs. Yeah. And the Raiders didn't sign him, and he pops off as best year of his career, and then he's making $15 million a year. Whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it was electric game. I totally understand the Chiefs being like higher as far as favorites for a Super Bowl win or for AFC, championship appearance. Like I get it because once the playoffs start, you still kind of give that nod to the Chiefs who have been to. It really is kind of crazy when you say it out loud. The last 3 Super Bowls, 5 of the last 6. And Mahomes has been in every AFC championship since he got into the NFL or since he started starting.
I know, it's actually ridiculous.
And admittedly, I do have Chief fatigue. I get fatigue as soon as any team starts rolling. Like I have Eagle fatigue. I just came up. It's 14-3 Giants when I left.
Jackson Dart is looking
Jackson Dart's looking really good.
Looking really good right now.
There's a security guy by our seats at the Jaguar games, and he's a Giants fan. He's been there forever, so he and my dad always jaw at each other because my dad's a Cowboys fan. And I went up to him Monday night and I said, Jackson Dart looks good. And he was like, man, I tell you, he looks different. And now I get to go to him on Sunday and say, you and I have a good eye for football, my friend.
Yeah, and I actually think that Dable might kiss that man on the mouth.
Oh my God.
He looks like he wants to every single time.
When I came up, he was hugging him in a way that like his eyes, Joe, were like, whatever you want is yours. Yeah. Like anything you ask me to do, I'll do it. Right.
I know. It's incredible. It's like it looks like this beautiful father-son relationship, and then it looks more.
and a little bit more. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. And yeah, man,
also on Monday, you know who's looking good?
Who's that?
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter, dude.
Travis Hunter had some
another
good plays. And he played about 50% of the snaps.
Another example of these guys don't watch the Jaguar games, and I don't blame them. I'm just saying what I've seen from Travis Hunter so far is a pretty lockdown corner. He was stride for stride with Xavier Worthy in the end zone.
I'm telling you.
Stride for stride. Xavier Worthy caught a ball. He caught an out route, juke to stay in bounds. And I think 99% of guys would have flown out of bounds on his juke. Travis Hunter stood him up. And I was like, I've seen enough. And everyone keeps going like, put him on offense because then he makes that unbelievable catch. What a terrible throw by Trevor. What an awful throw. And Travis Hunter, you know what he's good at, Joe? He's good at adjusting and making the uncatchable balls catchable. And that helps out a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence who just like launches it, Well,
he learned that from Shedeur.
Exactly.
Shedeur passing the ball enough. He's going to figure out how to catch a ball.
Exactly. And so everyone's going like, he just needs to play wide receiver. I'm like, hey, guys, I watched Monday Night Football. I saw him stride for stride with with Xavier Worthy. I saw him cover Travis Kelce, and I think he let up one catch for 7 yards, and that's just because they were playing zone. It's not like he got beat or anything. He beats Travis Kelce on a rep. Again, blanketing Xavier Worthy, and then he goes and does that on offense, and I'm like, no, guys, this was the pitch when we traded up was he's a really good wide receiver. He's not Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. He's none of those guys. He's not even like Michael Pittman or anything. Well, he's just not as big as these guys. He's a specific type of thing, and at bare minimum, he can provide you really good depth at corner. And so when people go like, Nick Wright, these people, he's mediocre at both. I go, looks pretty freaking good at both, actually, to me so far. I don't know if I would do the trade over again. I don't know yet. It's too early to see. I mean, Joe, that catch was insane.
I agree. I mean, it's too early, but if you're telling me that I can have a solid wide receiver 3 or 2, depending on what it is, on what route in there, and you're telling me that I have a definite DB2, corner 2, whatever, and that you can put him on their best guy and not feel like you're just going to get targeted every time and feel pretty comfortable, that to me is a round 1-2. If you have both those that hit, and so far I'm telling you they have, I think it's great. And a locker room presence. Said before, he's just
he's the jolliest guy.
He's so solid, and he is only going to get better.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's right now we are seeing him at his most green.
This is the worst he'll ever be at football is right now.
Yeah, and he's going to get better. And every single one is going to make the other better. Every bit that he gets better on defense, he's going to get better on offense because he's going to know exactly how to do it. And it's just, it's awesome. I'm so happy for the Jags. Like that was.
Thank you.
They knew that was a bigger moment for them than the Chiefs. And it started how it did, and they got back up and showed like some actual really good football against. I don't care what the Chiefs' record is. We all know that they're so fucking good. They'll
They're
be
really good.
they'll be good.
Their
'Cause-
defense has holes though, man, and their running backs.
Oh,
They need to give Brashard Smith, the SMU running back. They need to
yeah,
give him the
no,
football. Isaiah
he's looking
Pacheco
good.
is not very good. He has a couple runs, but he's had injuries and he's won 2 Super Bowls. So I mean, if he wanted to tell
Yeah,
me
he's
to eat
just got to
it,
get his confidence back, man. He's
eh,
just a downhill runner, and he's
Kareem
just
Hunt
small, but
is a certified woman hitter. So I was screaming that every time he touched the football as well.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
I go right for the personal. I'm sure he's I don't even know how you come back from that, but whatever.
Yeah,
Brashard
Ethan
Smith
Baxter
was
is the best
whoo!
person to bring
They,
is an away
yeah,
game fan.
yeah,
If you can
yeah.
bring Ethan Paxad to a game, you should bring him to a game at your stadium. Because it is so fun.
I
He's
will
like
get
the most.
personal.
It's the
I
most.
will,
But it's the most respectful chirps
yeah,
generally to others,
yeah.
and then you'll take it. However, as you should, if domestic violence is involved
Oh, I
at
will.
all within a player, your entire section is
Oh,
going to
Joe,
hear
I'm
about it.
screaming woman beater. The Chiefs need
Yeah,
the guy who beat up on a woman in a hotel to come back. Like
yeah,
touchdown Kareem Hunt, the guy who beat up the woman in the hotel. Remember that, everybody? Like,
exactly. You got it.
uh,
You got to say it.
I wanted to like if anybody followed me on Twitter, which nobody does, but I would love to tweet something like, Kareem Hunt's done a lot in the community, especially for women. Google Kareem Hunt woman to learn more. Like
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. The Brashard Smith, their running back from SMU, looks really good in person. He's really fast. People are like, the Chiefs need to trade for a running back. I'm like, no, I would just give the ball to Brashard Smith.
Yeah, they have it. They already have one. Like,
and-
let's be real.
Yeah, and so before I just touch on the AFC as a whole, so that we can bring in the Colts a little bit, our GM from day one talked about intangibly rich. I've heard another guy, John Middlecoff, he used to be a scout for the Eagles. He's made the point, like, is talent almost overrated? Because Tyreek Hill's really good, but you see the Dolphins, it's just weird with Tyreek Hill, right? Like, he's like, it just gets weird. AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts, really talented, but they just got this weird thing going on. So he was saying, like, talent can sometimes just be overrated as far as what the situation is. Joe, you're going to love this. So we drafted Travis Hunter, and we signed a tight end named Hunter Long. This is a post from the Jacksonville Humane Society. In honor of the Jaguars' big win last night, we're sharing our local heroes, Travis Hunter and Hunter Long. Travis fostered and adopted a kitten named Uno this summer, and last week Hunter rescued 2 puppies, Jackson and Champ, from the side of the road. So when we talk about intangibly rich, Joe, look at Travis Hunter smiling with that
That's what
kitten.
we're talking about. That's
And
what
then-
we're talking about.
Did Mr. Hunter Long, our tight end who signed for a few $1 million, whatever, did he go get the designer big bully pit bull? No, his dog is one that he found on the side of the road. And
That's a good boy.
don't get me wrong, I'll still take beans, but
we have a designer pup for sure.
and but you know what I mean. And I'm like,
I know, dude,
this
yeah.
is what he was talking about. He was talking about guys who get in the locker room and have the attitude high, not ego guys, none of that. They're just about business, and they're good people at their hearts, adopting a kitten and saving puppies from the side of the road.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I think that bleeds over into when you're down 14-0, Travis gets to go, hey, but guys, I was feeling down and then I adopted a kitten. So guys, what we need to do is we need to find our kitten, and our kitten was a touchdown and a pick six,
and I think that is a verbatim his speech.
I think that's probably what he was saying to guys. So
and then he flashed that smile, man.
And then he flashed that beautiful smile, man. All right.
I'm with you, man. I think if you can't, and it's more to me, it's more impressive when it's in the downtimes too. I mean, they're 4-1, it's good, but like they know that they were written off a few times, and they just didn't give up. In Liam Cohen and all the shit that gets spewed from the media, and they still keep it up. And I mean, like, that's where I don't think talent is overrated. However, I think, like, to put it in like a sales bit, you can be 2 really good salesmen, but if you're fighting over somebody and you lose a customer, you'd rather have 2 mediocre ones that feed off of each other and get 2 sales than just like 2 people that bitch about one and get 1. And I think that's true in almost everything. And the Jags have both, but they do.
Yeah.
I think Liam Cohen too, as just the offensive mind that he is, really can get the best out of everybody's specific talent. and we're starting to see that. And as we get more and more of their confidence up, I think we're going to see them cook up a little bit more, and it'll be really fun to see what some of these guys can do.
Don't look now, everybody, but the AFC South, is it the best division in football?
I mean, I think that's what everyone was thinking at the beginning of the year, and I think that's probably what
we're
they're
just
still
proving
thinking.
them right, And so let's run through it. So AFC East, Buffalo 4-1, New England 3-2, and then I'm sorry, Bobby, and then the Dolphins and the Jets. And love you, Bobby.
Which, by the way, we need to stomp on this New England thing right away, guys. We cannot let them get to 4-2.
No. They look good. Stephon Diggs was playing out of his mind. I'm just going to assume that's probably the best game he's going to have all year.
It has to be. Yeah, he's selfish. He's selfish. He was doing that in Buffalo. He's not going to try.
Yeah. Drake May looks good. Can we pump the brakes though when people like Colin Cowherd mention him in the same sentence as like Tom Brady? I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, pump the brakes. He looks good, but so I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo and New England come out of that division. AFC North. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to win that division. Baltimore is in free fall. Cleveland is Cleveland. They just don't have a quarterback. Or maybe they do. Who knows? Cincinnati, when the Jaguars accidentally gave Joe Burrow turf toe, they're not doing anything. So it's going to be, so far I've got Buffalo, New England, and Pittsburgh. Oof. Let's do the AFC West next. Chargers, they've lost 3 of their tackles. They need to come back, but they're 3-2. Denver's 3-2, and the Chiefs are 2-3. Chiefs, I'm assuming, will get back into it. Denver looks good. If Bo Nix plays well, they're on fire. And then the Chargers, they just have a lot of guys hurt.
That's still one of the divisions, though, that I'm scared of almost every team in it.
Exactly.
Like when you're playing them, it doesn't matter what the spread is. It's going to be a good game.
Yeah. So now let's go to the juggernauts. The AFC South is led by.
Here it is.
Indiana Jones, Danny Diamonds.
Yeah.
I mean, prime Aaron Rodgers, you guys just picked up in free agency for $14 million.
We sure did.
Jonathan Taylor is what, Eric Dickerson? Jerome Bettis meets Barry Sanders meets Eric Dickerson in Jonathan Taylor.
You shut your mouth or I'm going to kiss it right now.
And
kiss it right now if you keep.
The O-line is blowing everyone up. Kenny Moore, I saw this earlier because we did some cornerback trades earlier today, and somebody at Jaguars was tweeting the highest graded corners. Kenny Moore was like the 3rd highest grade corner.
He's solid, man.
Colts just look good.
Darius there just.
The only hesitation I have on the Colts, Joe, is I think they're going to be really good, and I think it's 2 teams are going to come out of the AFC South. What is the most impressive win you guys have had? And what I would say is that, to be fair, when people say, like, well, they got to beat up on bad teams, I go, right, but to be fair, they did what good teams should do to bad teams. Like, you destroyed them. It wasn't like 24-20 Colts beat the Raiders. No, it was 40-6, right? Like, yeah. So that's why I don't think it's fluky or anything like that. I think it's the Colts are built for it,
Yeah, I think the most impressive for me was the Raiders game. That was just.
So
everything was just firing. Everything was firing. And one thing that I despise about football teams is when they don't stomp on the throat. One thing that the Chiefs stopped doing all of a sudden. I remember, in the first 3 years of Mahomes, was just put up 40. Yeah. I don't care if they have 0. Just keep scoring.
Yeah. Run up the score.
When we finally, we did that, I was like, oh my gosh, this seems like a huge, I haven't seen this in the Colts since Manning, literally, or since Luck.
Yeah. Don't feel bad for the teams that are getting run up on them. They make millions of dollars. They're fine. They will be just fine. We all have bad days at work. They're allowed to have bad days at work as well. And by the way, they get far more compensated than any of us do.
Yeah. Just seeing Max Crosby get a little stuff. So that one was that I think ultimately I think the best win was the Broncos. It was close, but we shouldn't have won that game. So
but that's a real team in the Denver Broncos, and the Colts said, "Watch this."
Yeah,
I think it's pretty similar to the Jaguars beating the Chiefs. It was like, obviously everything is a play or 2 away from going the other way, but you hung in there with Sean Payton and the number 1 defense in the NFL. Then you hung in there, you beat them.
Yeah,
you beat them.
Which is funny because I know we've only played 4 games, and I've already mentioned 2, but my actual one that I thought, because in my mind we lost the Broncos game and we won the Rams game. That was in my mind.
Yes.
And the Rams are a real team. Right. And we played not very good against them. We made a lot of mistakes.
Right. And you were
However,
still right there.
we lost by 7 and we should have won by
Should've
that
won.
was one where I was like, oh my gosh, we're
Yeah.
playing like relatively like shit and we're still holding up with these guys. That was where I was like, okay, that's better. So that was probably my favorite one, even though we didn't win.
Yeah. Jaguars. So we've beaten the Panthers. We lost to the Bengals, which is just awful. I mean, it was 4th and 5, and they called a pass interference on Travis Hunter that they took away a game-winning pass breakup from Travis Hunter. No problem. Who do we beat after that? We beat the Texans. Don't let the Texans get hot. I'll get to them in a second. And then we beat the 49ers and the Chiefs. So we have 2 great wins back to back. I'm really happy with that.
Dude, those are
The
big.
Texans, because of their defense, I'm like, oh my gosh, please do not let them get good. Because if CJ gets his groove and they have Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter firing, please keep them bad. Like I want to go look at their schedule and be like, I'm gonna go give pep talks to all their opponents and be like, guys, come on. Like,
we
help me out.
Physically can't have that. So Seahawks play they might have a bye this week, actually. Yeah, they play next Monday. Or, I mean, Texans do. They play next Monday against the Seahawks.
Okay, so we play the Seahawks on Sundays. That'll be good. The Titans are the Titans. Cam Ward has his flashes, but so right now in the playoffs, we're looking at Josh Allen. Obviously, we're looking at Aaron Rodgers, Drake May, Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence, and then some combination of Justin Herbert, Bo Nix, and Patrick Mahomes. So, is it probably going to be Chiefs, Bills, AFC Championship? Probably. But, we don't know that.
Probably, but it's definitely going to be Jags and Colts in the Super Bowl.
It also could very well be Jags, Colts, AFC Championship. I think in Lucas Oil, because you have the division right now, technically. But, yeah. Hey, man. Well, Joe.
I would rather us play in a neutral site.
Honestly,
neither of us play at home.
Site. Yeah.
We don't need the records that we have at each other's stadiums to come into play here.
No.
Dude, we are looking so good. The AFC South is just
what a division.
Fucking powerhouse.
Who did the Colts have this weekend? Remind me.
Oh, Arizona. We do, but I am so scared that Arizona just lost to Tennessee in the worst way possible.
Right, so they're coming for vengeance.
It's just set up that we just had a blowout win. They lost in the worst way possible in a humongous embarrassment. Good for Cam Ward, by the way. I'm happy for him. It scares the shit out of me, but it'll be fun. It'll be good to watch.
Yeah. I'm excited. Another reason I'm excited about the Jaguars is that we have Seahawks, then Rams, and then it's the bye week, and then then it's Raiders, Texans, Chargers, Cardinals, Titans, Colts, Jets, Broncos, Colts, Titans. So after this bye week, it's a bunch of Jets, Raiders, Titans, a couple of battles between us and the Colts. So that's going to be some good stuff. That's going to be good football, man.
I think
that's going to be high-level football.
It's going to be actually pretty fun because I think right now, like, if I'm thinking just logically on this, 4-1's awesome. Like, we're both really happy with it. But if we go 2-2 the next 2 or something and we end up 6-3, that's fine. But all of a sudden, then if you go on that 2-2 cadence, then you're 8-5. And then all of a sudden, starting in week 13, the Jags-Colts situation is going to be really fun.
Really fun. I can't wait, dude. It's going to be good stuff, man. Well, Joe, I'll be at the game this weekend again, so I will not be tuning into the Colts. I'm sorry, but we'll beat up on the Seahawks. Hey, we're going to beat up on the Seahawks for you, soften them up so that you guys can come in and beat up on the Seahawks next weekend. So I got you, man.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah, got you.
And let the team know I appreciate that, too.
Yeah, I will. I'll let Trevor know.
Are you in Jackson this weekend?
Yes, I am.
You are, right?
Yeah,
yeah. I'm going to be in Dallas.
We have wedding stuff to do. Yeah, I know. And I'm very upset about this. But we have wedding stuff to do. So, yeah, man. All right, Joe. Thank you for filling in. It was very last minute, but you know what? You're agile, and you're a professional, and that's just what you do. You're reliable, and so if anybody needs any necklaces, rings, watches, anything, reach out to Joe at MoyerFJ.com.
Yeah. Moyer Fine Jewelers, 2 in the Teal's first sponsor.
Yes, yeah. They didn't pay for it or anything, but free ads. I'll do a free ad. So,
just one.
Yeah. All right, brother. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
You too. Good luck this weekend.
Go Jags. Go Colts.
Absolutely.
Peace out. Bye.